Hi, it's 2020 and we can't go anywhere. So one of the things that we're doing here in West Virginia is we've moved our polling places to our house. Everybody can vote absentee without having to make up an excuse. So I'm going to vote absentee in our Democratic primary right now. Okay, I'm inside the polling place and now I'm going to my voting booth, which is actually our home office. Okay, now I'm going to get ready and I'm going to vote. Okay, my ballot came in the mail. Our county clerk, Carrie Blaney here in Monongalia County, says she sent out 8,000 of these already, and our primary is running through June 9th. So my guess is our county will have a lot of people voting absentee. So when we get the envelope, you'll find out it has more than a ballot in it. I'm going to open it up here and show you some of the things that are inside. First thing is the ballot. And as you can see, it says it's the official ballot of the Democratic Party. If you're not a Democrat, you probably get a different ballot. And all the ballots are different depending on what precinct you're in. So you'll have to look at what you get yourself before you vote and make your decisions before you start voting. There's a ballot envelope, a small envelope. There's also a larger envelope to send your ballot back in. And the postage is prepaid, so you don't have to put a stamp on it. They pay the postage in both directions. But you don't use the envelopes until you've finished voting. There are a couple of other things in the envelope for people who need assistance in voting. If you have problems seeing your ballot or reading your ballot, you can ask somebody to help you, but they'll have to fill out this form and send it in. And there's also some very good detailed instructions. Please pay attention to the actual instructions that come with your ballot and don't do stuff based on my video. I'm very unofficial here. I'm just doing my own ballot and letting you see so that people can follow what I'm doing. Okay, so the ballot is an old-fashioned paper ballot, except instead of X's, you fill in the ovals just like the Scantrons they use in school and vote for who you want to in the primary election. So all of the candidates who filed for president on the Democratic side are still on our ballot in West Virginia. But all of the ones who I liked have told me that I should vote for Joe Biden, that they've endorsed Joe Biden. So I'm going to fill in the little circle for Joe Biden on this ballot, right there, because he's going to be our next president. And then we have to vote for candidates for Senate and for Congress and for a lot of other offices here in West Virginia. And I'm not going to let you know who I'm voting for everything, but I will tell you that I'm a real fan of Stephen Smith, who's running for governor. So I'm going to fill in his. And then I'm going to fill in the rest of them for the Democratic primary when I'm offline. There are also elections in West Virginia for our judges, local judges and state Supreme Court judges. And these are actual elections, they're not primaries. Whoever wins the vote here in June will get these judge seats for the next term. So Division 1 of the Supreme Court, we have several people. Richard Neely is somebody I've known for a long time. I used to cover him when I was a reporter. He's a good guy. He's kind of a strange guy, but I like him, so I'm filling in the circle for Richard Neely. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Joanna Tabbitt, so I'm filling in for her. And then John Hutchinson, who's on the Supreme Court now, has done a lot of good work, and I'm going to fill in the circle for John Hutchinson. And I'm going to go back and fill in some of these other folks later, including our local magistrates, a lot of people who are unopposed, like we only have one Democrat running for county commission. So I'll go and fill those in later after I finish this video. Don't forget to do the back side of your ballot. There are also important votes on the back side of your ballot. For county sheriff, Perry Palmer is a great guy. I'm going to vote for him. A couple of unopposed people. And a young guy I've gotten to know is running for school board. His name is Micah Wiglinski, and I'm filling in to vote for him. So, and then we have 4 levies on our ballot here in Monongalia County this year. One for the buses and transportation, another for our public libraries, another for our volunteer fire departments, and the 4th one is for our parks and trails. All of these levies, I've been told, have already been passed in earlier years, so these are renewals, which mean they won't increase anybody's property taxes in the county. And we have a great library. We have a transportation system that serves a lot of people. And fire protection is really important for the folks who are unfortunate enough not to live in the city of Morgantown like myself. So I'm going to vote for all of these levies very enthusiastically. So I'm filling in for the levy on all 4 of these. And, you know, the levies are cents per $100 of property value. So it really costs the individual taxpayer very little each year for one of these levies. So voting for all 4 of them is not going to change your property taxes. So I'm very enthusiastically voting for all 4 levies. Now, when you finish your ballot, it's important to follow the instructions on the green sheet to make sure it gets counted properly. You fold it up, and the first thing you do is that you put it in the small envelope that's labeled absent voters ballot. Insert the ballot in, and then you seal this up. Then you take that sealed envelope and you put it into the large envelope that says return envelope and has the county clerk's address on it. Stick it in that envelope, it's sealed up. If somebody has helped you and needs to put the assisted voter piece in there, they do that at this time. Then you seal this up, and there's a checklist on the back. You have to print your name, you have to print your address, and then you have to sign. And when this gets back to the county courthouse, Carrie Blaney, our county clerk, has a staff who will check your signature against the signature you signed when you registered to vote and make sure that that this is really the votes that you want to cast. And then things below the line you don't fill in, that's for the folks in the election office. So once you've signed everything and sealed it, you can just drop it in any mailbox, or you can take it to the county courthouse and they have a box where they'll take it without you having to actually go in the courthouse or go through security. It's pretty easy. First step, of course, is getting your absentee ballot. If you don't have it already, make sure you contact your county clerk immediately. And I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to mail it off today or tomorrow, and then my voting will be done.